On the attack, the back set. Ah, fantastic.
Wow. Solid block from Tibayan on that attack.
Back to Adamson. Jimenez with that back set.
The Philippine Coast Guard defense, solid blocking coming from the orange shirts. One more try.
Good net defense by the Generals.
Almodiel scoring through the blockers. Eusebio Pumalo sent up.
Set up job ni Marco. Combination play. And they're up 5-0. Lasal on the attack. Combination again.
UST ready for it. Then the drop.
And that's another successful hit coming from Camposan.
Coverage was good. But look at San Andres.
You know, winning is such an addictive thing, and both UST and the Philippine Navy victorious in their previous matches in their own ways, very, very impressive wins, and they are hoping to gain more wins here as they face off against each other here in the Spikers Turf 2019 Open Conference. This is your second match of this triple header. UST going up against PGJC Navy. Jut Sulit here with the woman of many talents, Mosh Cruz. Mosh, we have a good one here, and we expect this to be a close encounter between UST and Navy.
UST just played the other day against San Beda University, and they got that in 5 sets. While for the Philippine Navy, they had a little break after winning against Arellano University. Now, a crucial match for UST since they want to get that third win for them to be able to stay on the top of the standings.
Yeah, these two teams have strong chances of making it to the top 2. Yan lang pong top 2 kasi yung mag-a-advance into the next round. So they need to be careful as well as aggressive, and that's the balance that they will have to find as they go up against each other. Against UST, they might not be able to afford the same thing they were able to do so against San Beda because they started out slow, Mosh, losing the first 2 sets only to build and gain their rhythm in the last 3.
Definitely, UST lost in the first 2 sets, but they got up, they recovered, and they dominated the last 3 sets. Now, they locked in the blocking department in that game, scored only 8. Though they gave up 42 errors, pero binawi naman nila sa floor defense.
Yeah, it was really their attacking, and as always, Lawrence Senyoron is the guy who steps up kapag kailangan ng UST ng extra kick towards the end and the more crucial parts of their matches. Now for Philippine Navy, their first match of their Spikers Turf Open Conference was a straight set win over Arellano University.
A high percentage in all departments for Philippine Navy, 34 attacks, 10 blocks, 12 service aces. They were able to balance their offense and defense, and most importantly, they were able to control their errors.
And those two names at the bottom of your screens, Greg Dolor, Carl Rosete, those were the leaders in that match. They will hope to lead the Philippine Navy once again here over UST. We start this match when we return.
Mic test. 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 Mic test.
Test, test. Mic test.
Introducing our referees for the match. First referee, Mr. Romulo Reforzado, National Referee. Second referee, Mr. James Oliver Mora, National Referee. And now, the starting lineup for the UST Growling Tigers. With jersey number 3, Charlie Magbayo. Jersey number 8, June Lawrence Senyoron. Jersey number 9, Rainier Flor. Jersey number 15, Genesis Redido. Jersey number 16, their team captain, Manuel Andre Medina. And jersey number 18, Lawrence Cruz. Starting libero, Lester Kim Sawal. And their head coach, Coach Oji Mamon. Please welcome the starting lineup for the Philippine Navy with jersey number 3, Bonjomar Castel. Jersey number 5, Relan Taneo. Jersey number 9, John Daniel Diwa. Jersey number 15, Kurt Rosette. Jersey number 16, their team captain, Gregorio Dolor. Jersey number 18, Joven de la Vega. Their starting libero, Jack Kalingingan. Their head coach, Coach Bernard Mandrapak. Good luck to both teams.
This very important match between UST and Navy. Starting for the Golden Spikers are Senyoron, Flor, Medina, Redido, Magbayo, Cruz, and Sawal as their libero. Barely any surprises there, the key players, and that's the same situation for Navy. They will start with De La Vega, Rosete, Castel, Diwa, Dolor, Taneo, and Jack Kalingking, who missed their first game of this conference against Arellano. He will be starting as their libero. And Mosh, the start of this match, you see it guns out already for both coaches.
And you know, this match, as we mentioned, it is very crucial for UST because they are now at 2-1. So if they get another win, they will stay on top. And in the format in this conference, only the top 2 teams per pool will qualify in the quarterfinals.
It's very unforgiving, this format. But, you know, I still like it because it brings out the best of every team in every single match. That's why we've seen a couple of upsets. In fact, the first match of this triple header on a Thursday, we saw Perpetual. Not to say that they were, that they're not as good as PLDT, but I think just because of the experience and how much talent and how much success we've seen from PLDT through the years of the Spikers turf, we kind of expected them to come out victorious over a younger team like Perpetual, but the champions of NCAA showing just what they can do. And here, again, you know, Navy, they've been tested in this field for many years, many conferences already. But UST, we've seen talent from this Golden Spiker squad.
And I actually talked to Joven de la Vega earlier during their warm-up, and I asked him what are his expectations from UST, because UST is the younger team, and he said that he thinks that the advantage of UST is their eagerness. Siyempre, bata pa sila, mas gusto nilang manalo. And yung sabik silang kunin yung panalo. Well, for the Philippine Navy, they've been here in Spikers Turf for a couple of years. And they know what to do already here in this conference or in this league. Pero as Joven de la Vega said, hindi sila pwedeng mag-relax.
Yeah. Now, for these two teams, PGJC Navy and UST, what are the strengths of these respective teams that you feel they can bank on to get wins here today?
Of course, for Philippine Navy, they have Dolor, you know, one of the top players here in Spikers Turf. Then also De La Vega, Castel. Their experience and, you know, their veteran mentality would be their advantage. Now for UST, their, you know, young energy, and also UST is showing a lot of good floor defense. When I look at their first game against San Beda, that's where dun nila binawi yung mga errors nila, and also naglack sila sa blocking department in that game. But for now, for this game, they should really activate their net defense dahil they're going up against the tough attackers here in Spikers Turf.
And well, you see there, that's the reason why Mosh said Dolor is the main weapon of PGJC Navy, and he actually attacked the main weapon of UST in Lawrence Señoron.
And we would expect a lot of yung, you know, palitan ng atake and blocking dito sa UST and Philippine Navy.
Let's see what UST can do here, Edido. And Rosete could no longer chase that ball. A point for UST. Kitang-kita naman natin in the early goings of this match. Dikit na dikit, and neither team allowing the other any advantage, really.
That was a nice attack by Redido, you know, putting power on that attack, knowing that the blockers of the Philippine Navy were up there.
And an ace collected by UST. You know, that's the thing about a Lawrence Señoron serve. He loads it up regardless of the situation. Kahit pa in the deep stretches of their match against San Beda na it was so risky to commit mistakes. He doesn't care. He believes in his ability. But that time, too much power there. It sails out.
You know, kasi Jot, kapag ginagawa mo lagi yung that type of service, even in the game, pinapractice pa din yan eh. So kapag nasanay ka na yun at yun ang ginagawa mo, more or less talagang mapaperfect mo siya.
Let's see Diwa serve it for PGJC. A quick set and the finish from Charlie Magpayo.
What a great attack by UST. The blockers of PGJC Navy were not yet ready for that attack. Look at that quick attack. And napatingin na lang yung blockers ng Navy.
Let's see here what Navy will be able to do. A running attack that time from Castel. Specialty of that man.
Nawala rin yung blockers ng UST on that attack from Castel.
We'll see Greg Dolor this time in the back line, serving for PGJC Navy. UST going to Señoron from the back row. No problem as he gets it off the block.
And I think that would be the problem for Philippine Navy is that etong UST nasa likod or nasa harap, talagang papaluan ka nila ng malakas just like that attack from Señoron.
That one is clearly out. Nanggigil. You can feel the eagerness there on that hit from Dolor, and that takes us to our first technical timeout. UST up by 2, 8-6.
Pagka hindi pa kayo mainit, huwag niyong pwersahin muna. Doon muna kayo sa shortball.
Kahit backland, blockin nyo na para may pattern yung depensa kasi nadudurog. I got blockin nyo yung ano.
Sundan mo yung tao mo, iniiwan mo. Ha?
Kahit dalawa sa kanya.
Oo. Sundan mo.
Usap mo ganyan.
Let's take a look at the upcoming game of The UST Golden Spikers, they only have one left in their schedule after this one against Navy, and that will be against Santa Elena. And that just goes to show how crucial, Mosh, the last two matches of UST are. Dahil nga, eto, they're playing against the team trying to knock them off of the top 2 seed, the PGJC Navy. Yung next match nila, undefeated in their group, Santa Elena.
And you know, yung mga players sa Santa Elena is from NU as well. So nakakaharap na nila yan sa UAAP and they know that that's gonna be a crucial match as well and mahihirapan din sila. Now they need to tank up. Kailangan magandang laro nila dito sa game na to para madala nila yon on their next game.
Let's see what they will be able to do here. Again, for UST, they needed some waking up to do in that match against San Beda bago nila nakuha yung panalo. And this time, they're trying to start out strong. But of course, PGJC Navy will have something to say through Carl Rosete.
Clear path for Rosete on that attack. Cross-court attack and late na rin yung blockers ng UST on that one. Iniiwas na rin niya.
And Rosete, always one of the reliables for PGJC. UST with a chance. Soft touch there for Medina. Kalingking will go to De La Vega. That was denied access. Tried to go cross-court. Cruz overset it. But then, sinerte pa ang Navy because they were just about to send that ball over. But then there was a net touch committed by UST.
Because that was an overset by Cruz. So ginawa na lang ng paraan ni Medina yung palo. Unfortunately, nag-cross na siya sa center line.
So Taneo will be serving again. Targets Redito, Arregalo, capitalized by Rosete.
Happily receiving that regalo, Rosete, hindi na nagdalawang isip kung anong gagawin niya. Even though Redito was there to receive that ball, it was too powerful.
That's 4 straight points for PGJC Navy coming off of that first technical timeout. Excellent response from their huddle. Medina. Oh, nagawa ng paraan ni Flor.
That's what we like about Flor. Na yung presence of mind niya, alam niya kung anong gagawin kapag mabilis na yung balikan ng bola. And he did that actually in their last game as well.
That one, though, was out. Castel now will be serving. Navy, after falling behind by 2 points earlier, has taken a 2-point lead. Senyoron. The boomerang return by PGJC Navy.
Solid block by Diwa and Rosete on that one. Alam nila kung saan dadala ni Senyoron yung bola because as Joven De La Vega said earlier, pinanood nila yung previous games nitong UST.
Let's see Castel now. Cruz will initiate Senyoron. And even the main man of UST hindi makabasag. There goes that combination.
Again, whenever UST goes to that combination play, they are very effective. Very beautiful combination play by UST, well executed.
And you know, Mosh, what I liked about that, yung pagka-orchestrate ni Cruz. Because he knew that yung open lang was not working for Senyoron. So he came up with a different play. They switched it up and found success. But these errors are not helping them at all.
Medina targeting zone 5 of PGJC's Navy. PGJC Navy scored pero outside yung bola.
That was Rosete with another ace.
You know, Rosete has improved a lot from the previous conferences. Yes, he is that kind of dependable player. Pero ngayon, even sa service line, talagang maasahan mo siya.
Here he is again. Oh, that one was too far out. The moment you said it, That was what happened.
Lagi na lang ganun yung nangyayari. Whenever we mention players sa service line, lagi na lang sila nagsa-service error.
Rainier Floor will be serving for UST. An exchange of service errors, Mosh. Alam mo, maganda yung run kanina ng PGJC Navy, but then these are the errors that have been cutting the momentum, whether it's for UST or PGJC Navy.
Definitely, and they're really struggling there in the service line.
De La Vega is hit. That one was collected on services for PGJC Navy, and just like that, they go up by 5 points. Second technical timeout here in the first set.
Service tayo. Bakit gusto nyo patayin sa ace? Wala ba tayong block? Wala ba tayong floor defense? Let's go. Paano ka magkakaroon ng chance na pumuntos kung itatapon mo ka agad? Hindi bali sana kung outside ba lang na kapiraso, kaso sabit sa outside. O kalimutan nyo na yan, pero kailangan may basa tayo.
Bawi ang restraint.
Nahabot tayo. 5 na agad dyan, lamang tayo sa 8-6 pagdating ngayon, 16-11.
Bawi kami receive frame tayo sa harap. Follow kayo. Cover kami. Let's go! UST!
You're still watching the Spiker Surf Open Conference upcoming games for PGJC Navy. They still have a few left. Mapua, San Beda, and then their final match will be against Santa Elena. The same situation for UST. And just like we mentioned earlier, Mosh, that could be a very, very important duel for the Navy.
And since, konti pa lang yung games ng Navy, late silang nakapag-start dito sa Spikers Turf, nakapag-prepare sila ng maayos, and even if they had more than a week break after their game against Arellano, hindi sila nag-stop sa training. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung training nila in preparation for this league.
Senyoron will get that up. Dolor rising over the block of UST. He gets it.
When you have that kind of attacker, not always power, but just speed and, placing the ball, Dolor is very expert in that kind of level. Makita natin hindi naman powerful yung atake niya, pero ang bilis and tamang-tama yung timing niya, kaya hindi na nakuha ng receivers ng UST.
Ito naman si Senyoron, usually the money man of UST, but right now, Mosh, he's struggling. And the earlier parts of this match, what will it take for Lawrence Senyoron to be able to initiate and get going?
Just one stop from UST. Kasi nakita natin may kasama ng gigil yung mga palo ni Senyoron. Gusto niyang binabasag yung blockers nitong PGJC Navy. Pero kailangan mo lang talagang, restart and forget what happened in the early sequences. And I think si Senyoron makakabawi at makakabawi rin naman talaga siya. Now that malapit na siyang mag-rotate sa front line.
Well, UST getting some positives here, pero malayo-layo pa yung kailangan nilang habulin to get back in this match. At least in the first set, Dolor stopped that time. Cruz, the jump set, going to Medina. Good floor coverage for PGJC. Good coverage as well. And what a save for UST. Chance ball though for Navy. Castel and UST with their hustle, their effort, their never say die attitude, they get the point.
That was really a good effort for UST. Kung makikita natin, outside na yung bola pero tinakbo pa nila and nabalik pa nila sa PGJC Navy. And now for the Navy, medyo nag-struggle sila doon na ibalik yung bola dahil malapit na sa net nung kinuha nila on the second ball.
And then Redito with the ace. So sunod-sunod din yung mga puntos ngayon for UST. A run that they badly needed. They trimmed the deficit down to 3.
Because they listened to Coach Oji na sinabi niya kanina nung timeout, tamang pwesto lang sa floor and makukuha niyo yun.
Now I can just imagine, Mosh. Coach Oji already had to absorb a loss earlier when he was coaching the PLDT Home Fiber. And I'm sure Coach Oji, coach of his caliber, hindi yan basta-basta papayag na dalawang talo agad in one day. And he's gonna pull some tricks up his sleeve, and it's up to Greg Dolor and the rest of PGJC Navy to be ready for whatever is thrown at them by UST. Senyoron. Kalingking was there. Rosete, you could hear it, mishit, straight out.
With the sound of the ball, it was an obvious mishit by Rosete. Parang sa fingers na lang niya tumama yung bola.
That is why the lead of Navy down to 3 again. Taneo goes to Rosete, who gets sent back. No entry, says Rainier Floor.
Solid net defense on that play by UST and no coverage for PCJV Navy.
And now it's a 2-point lead for the Navy, 19-17. Timeout called here.
Yung timing lang, pagkakat mo. Tapos, huwag mong palo sa baba. Angkatan mo, palo. Pag maganda ang bigay, relan. Pag maganda ang kuha ng bola, bigay. Rekotin mo bola. Huwag lang isa, ha? Tapos, ready yung backliner natin. Layo-layo niyo yung play kasi nakatayo lang sila. Magkano dikit?
Our turf, our time. That is our battle cry here in the Spikers turf. Thank you for watching this over on One Sports. Jot Sulit and Mosh Cruz on the call for this match. This is the second of our triple header. Earlier, PLDT falling short as Perpetual took a big win there. It was a battle between undefeated teams. So Perpetual taking the lead in their group. Castel could not get it. And a net touch.
Net touch violation committed by Castel.
Well, Macalma, he initially said, nope, that shouldn't have been net touch. But eventually he said, okay, I might have set that too close to the net.
It was actually the right leg of Castel that touched the net on that one.
And look at this, Mosh. UST with a solid run. That's a 6-1 run that they are on right now.
And I think they are really adjusting well in terms of their floor defense and net defense. Kasi kung makita natin, yung mga last plays, nabablock na nila yung palo netong Philippine Navy na early in the set hindi nila nagagawa.
Yeah, but once again, those errors hurting their cause here. They give up a free point to Navy, so Navy up by 1 again. Macalma serving, Cruz. Going to Medina, tried to find that gap. And Rosete wisely, he knew there was gonna be a joust. And then he just put that angle and some English on that ball to wipe it off of the defender's arms.
And he made sure na mahahawakan pa ng UST yung bola.
Kitang-kita dun sa replay yung diskarte ni Rosete. And that's a mark of a veteran player. And that's a mark of a team that needs to talk a little bit more. Miscommunication costing UST that point. Look at this.
Senyoron was about to attack, but the libero of UST was right in front of him.
Lawrence, okay ka lang?
Sayang, Lord.
Cool.
Sayang, coach.
Kaya coordinated din. Sayang, 90 goal yun eh. Okay, yung pasa nyo, ano ba play na, Bidos?
Sabihin mo kung ano play kasi hindi ko alam eh.
The UST has shown a lot of brilliance in this tournament, and even though that mistake was really, it really did not look good at all, it's a very rare mistake naman for UST. And nagkataon lang that I think Sawal in that huddle kind of said na hindi niya alam na yun yung play na
Yes.
tinawag, and that's why he was in that awkward position.
It's just a matter of communication. You know, when the setter sets the ball, kailangan alam ng attacker and even the receivers kung saan pupunta yung bola.
Now for Navy, it's John Macalma serving for them. They lead 23-19 in the first set. Easy out for UST.
Giving away a point to UST on that serve. Macalma too wide. Masyadong patusok yung bola, hindi bumaba agad.
Lawrence Cruz could not get his serve over. And it's UST that allows PGJC Navy to get the set point.
Yes, because a lot of errors from the side of UST. And that was a very costly one.
Absolutely. Castel here looking to capitalize. UST. Medina gets blocked, and that's the first set. The Navy taking this one 25-20.
Philippine Navy really showing up in this game. They are prepared and they really showed us how they can really play against, you know, younger players, and their net defense really effective in this set.
Second set coming your way when we return. Back inside the Paco Arena in Manila, where the PGJC Navy was able to take the first set over UST. Here are the numbers.
You know, we have a low scoring game for per department. You can see just 8 attacks and 6 for Philippine Navy, 2 and 3 blocks, 2 aces. Pero yung errors ng UST, they had 14. Imagine giving away 14 points to PGJC Navy because of the errors. And yun yung kailangan i-adjust ng UST. And, you know, looking at their last game against San Beda, diesel kasi itong UST as they lost in the first 2 sets. And now, sa tingin ko, kaya nilang mag-adjust here in the second set because of what Coach Oji is telling them kung ano yung dapat nilang gawin para makuha nila itong second set.
And you know, kanina nga, nakabalik yung UST from being down 18-13. They were able to tie it up to 19 all. Kaya lang they committed consecutive errors. Biglang naging 22-19. And then, yun na nga, nagtuloy-tuloy na yung Navy and collecting that first set win. Like you said, I think UST knows kung ano yung kailangan nilang ayusin sa kanilang laro in order to get back.
And that is the difference of PGJC Navy and UST. Kasi itong Philippine Navy, alam nila kung paano tapusin yung set. And now for UST, medyo nag-struggle sila towards the end of the set. Kaya naman nakuha talaga ng PGJC Navy yung first set.
Pero error for Navy to start our second set. Makalma going to a quick one.
That was a net violation by UST. When you have that kind of attacker, you tend to go forward to the net. Kaya mahawakan mo talaga, lalo na kapag may kasamang gigil yung talon mo.
Makalma will be serving now. Cruz going this time to De La Cruz. Christian De La Cruz, maganda rin ang kanyang nilaro against San Beda University. And he's been a provider for his team. He'll be serving now. Makalma will set up De La Vega. That ball hit him before it went outside off of the double block of UST.
You know, better net defense for UST early in the second set. Yun yung kailangan nilang ituloy kung gusto nilang manalo dito against PGJC Navy.
But they do commit an error. And that's the same thing, you know, we were talking about, Mosh. Magandang run, sunod-sunod na points, and then an error to kill their momentum. Now looking at the side for the side of PGJC Navy right now, you want to be able to attack them just like Redito did. Because they have 4 spikers actually on their side. Ngayon, pinalitan si Castel, but kanina he was there with Dolor, with De La Vega, Rosete was there as well.
And kung titignan natin yung players on the floor for the Navy, sila yung talagang pangdiinan.
Yeah.
Ito. And look at that cross-court attack from De La Vega.
I think Coach Bernard Manarpaak understands their situation na even though 1-0 sila, maaga pa in their tournament, they cannot afford to take losses because it's such a quick tournament. Lalo na sa ating pool stage. And even these errors, yes, when you're taking it point by point, you can say, okay, sige, bawi na lang next play. But if you don't get your act together, and these errors are gonna hurt you eventually.
And it is really piling up. Kapag dumami yung errors mo, mawawala na rin yung momentum sa inyo.
Makalma going to Dolor. Good coverage for both teams, actually. Makalma this time going to De La Vega. Off speed doesn't work. Drop ball there for Cruz.
That was not a good ball for Joven De La Vega. He attempted to do a pancake, but the ball was too fast.
Great read there for Lawrence Cruz.
Hinulog niya, nakita niya walang tao dito sa Philippine Navy.
The setter coming up with a play there. Senyoron, nice serve. De La Vega tried to go cross court. Cruz will go to Senyoron. It will not get that over. Was short that time.
That was too low for Senyoron. Pababa na rin siya nung pinalo niyang bola.
Well, UST still ahead, but the PGJC Navy creeping up to them. Joven De La Vega, a member of the national team, right now representing PGJC Navy. Usually has the word Philippines on his chest. How about Redito, though?
Cross-court attack by Redito, and disregarding the blockers of the Philippine Navy. Let us see that one again. 2 blockers, pero pinalusot yung atake niya.
There was that obvious gap between Diwa and Makalma. And it was Redito with a smart move of getting that ball through. Taneo going to Dolor. Oh, Cruz tried to go for the dump. Jump set. Kalingking will chase it. There should be a chance ball for UST. Cruz really putting pressure on the floor coverage of PGJC Navy, eventually getting the point. And UST now, a much better performance so far in the second set. They lead us to our first technical timeout as they go up 8-4.
Nawawala na tayo sa bola, nasa tabi natin, hindi natin napapangat eh. Tapos error. Marami na tayong in-error. Minimize nyo yung error nyo, i-regroup nyo yung blocking nyo, yung palo nyo, right timing ang gawin nyo dyan para makahawal tayo 4 dyan.
Napatay tayo nila sa hulog ngayon. Hulog. Ha? Kasi di sila makalusot kasi block nila yung hard nyo. Hulog, tapos pag doon, di na down the line doon. No? Pag dito naman, down the line naman sila. Ha? Saan yung coverage natin? Ha? Hulog,
Bakit tayo?
This is our team rankings in Group D, and that is why very important tong laban na to because both these teams very near those top 2 spots. In fact, yung UST is in the top 2 spots. Yun nga lang Mosh yung papasok sa ating next round, and that's why nag-aagawa ng pwesto tong dalawang to.
Definitely, and UST, they would want to stay on top. Ito naman PGJC Navy dahil second game pa lang nila to. Siyempre, ayaw naman nilang malagyan ng 1 dun sa loss record nila.
Mosh, ang ganda nung huddle kanina ng Philippine Navy. They were talking about kung paano umatake yung UST and their coaching staff telling them that hindi mabasag yung net coverage and that's why drop ball UST. But it has been working for the Golden Spikers.
Especially for Cruz, ilang beses na siya nag-drop ball on the second ball. And yun yung pumapatay dito sa Philippine Navy. Kasi nakikita nila na kapag may tumalon na attackers dito, hindi gumagalaw yung depensa ng PGJC Navy.
And as a coach, kapag nasa sideline ka, you know, meron talaga mga bagay na you'll notice from the sidelines but you won't necessarily see when you're on the court actually playing. But what Greg Dolor saw there was the weakness of the floor coverage of UST, and he attacked it and got the point.
With a loaded attack, Greg Dolor, of course, showing up when PGJC needs him.
That was over-received. Oh, and a double touch.
Because the first ball was not considered a block dahil malayo na sa net si Castel. So that was considered as a first touch. Tapos siya ulit yung kumuha. So that is a violation.
Hindi kasi siya nakapag-capitalize sa regalo. It was actually something he wanted to convert.
An ace from Cruz.
Lawrence Cruz really stepping up here for UST in different facets of this match. Here he is at the service line. Could not get that one over. Nanghinayang siya, but PGJC Navy will collect that point. They are still down by 4, though. Relantaneo serving now for PGJC Navy. Gets that through. Cruz will go to Senyoron.
And that is in for Senyoron. Cross-court attack, clear path for him. Perfect timing, you know, speed and power for Senyoron.
We haven't really seen the full wrath of Lawrence Senyoron. Well, it looks like he's starting to wake up, which isn't a good sign for Philippine Navy.
Rosete.
Flor trying his hardest to get to that ball, but it was just the power of that attack from Rosete.
I'm telling you, Rosete has improved a lot. You know, iba yung laro niya ngayon compared to the previous games. Of course, isa na rin siya sa mga dependable players for PGJC Navy. But right now, whenever he touches the ball, he makes sure to score.
That's the same thing about Redido. You know, in the latter part of their match against Sanbeda, he was also one of those guys who came up as a provider, a contributor, and he's picked up right where he left off.
And I know na gagawin ni Redido yung best niya for this game because he mentioned na babawi siya, na kahit panalo sila last game, hindi pa rin siya satisfied dun sa game niya.
Ito si Rosete, you were just talking about him, and You know, in previous matches, previous conferences, Rosetta has always been a big part of PGJC Navy. But I think you're right. We're seeing him blossom into this really good player. Cruz going to Senyoron. Dolor keeping it alive.
That wasn't a good ball anymore. That point will go to UST. Nahirapan sila sa placing ng blocking. Si Castel nandun sa kabilang dulo and there was a big gap between Castel and Dolor.
Here's Senyoron. UST. Oh, comfortably up at this point by 5. Taneo going quickly to Diwa.
And that is in for Diwa just on the line.
If there's one guy who hasn't really made his presence felt for PGJC Navy, I guess you can say it's John Diwa. But that's one way to get yourself going. Nice set as well for him coming from Taneo.
And maaga pa naman, early in the second set pa lang. Triple block for Redido.
Walang mapuntahan yung bola ni Redido that time. And then, it's De La Vega converting.
Ang bilis ng pangyayari, pinalo agad ni De La Vega from the back.
I think he saw that Sowell wasn't exactly ready to get a ball there. And so he chose that man to attack. De La Vega anew. Redido was his target. Redido, soft ball, doesn't work.
Miscalculating that attack, opting to drop the ball pero masyadong malayo.
A chance for PGJC Navy to draw closer. Here's De La Vega serving. Good serve for De La Vega. The running hit is out.
Nagdalawang isip kasi sa pagtalon dito si Magpayo. Pa-approach na siya pero nag-stop siya ng 1 second para timingan yung bola.
Natawag ngayon ng timeout si Coach Oji Maman dahil nahabol na sila. Isa na lang lamang ng UST.
Yung nandito, kaya kita, ikaw na, nilapit na kita dyan. Ng gitna na. Si Wilson, o kahit sino sa inyong dalawa, dapat termis na yung pasa. Dyan, naintindihan mo. Sa minamadali mo na naman. Pwede ka mag-back. Kasi nakasiksik yung blocker mo dito sa dalawa. Inaabangan na itong dalawa. Nasisiksik na. Charles, gawa ng ano ha? Side out, side out. Lagayin natin ito. Let's go!
Coach Oji Maman, just a lot of reminders for his team. Kanina medyo relax si Coach Oji, but then he saw that score of PGJC Navy. Makalapit ng makalapit sa kanilang 14 points, and he had seen enough, had to call a timeout immediately.
He reminded his players na huwag magmadali, pa isa-isa lang kunin yung score. Kasi nakikita niya si Cruz, hindi niya masyadong nadidistribute yung bola properly.
And that is gonna be another point for the Navy.
When Dolor is in front, wag kang magbibigay ng regalo dahil kukunin niya talaga yan.
And that's exactly the case. Ayan yan, nakakuha na ng free point. Ang PGJC evening up the count here.
Very strong service from De La Vega.
De La Vega. Great dig for Sawal. Redido. Tried to go for the drop ball. Taneo. It was Rosete trying to go for the pipe. But it's just not in.
He was all the way from the back. Tinalon niya yung bola. And masyadong malayo yung lipad.
That was Redido serving for UST. Tough angle there para kay Dolor. He tried to twist and really make an angle for it. Pero masyado nang mahirap yung bola. And so UST will get to 16 points as they lead us into our second technical timeout. They're up by 2.
yan. Kailangan sino target niya? Oh, doon lang. May Dilabega yata yung nandun doon, tsaka si Dolor. Kayo, yung black lang yung tao. Ay, baka umikot na ulit, pumasok ka na sa harapan yung reverse one.
Sorry.
Bakit umikot ka nakatumalo na sa tapat?
Reverse one, naano ko mag-replay.
Kaya replay to, iba yung reverse one sa play
Kaya nga naisip.
Dalawa tayo, wala.
Sorry
kayo.
Laga.
Balik na tayo sa laro, ha? Focus na, kung natin to.
UST, they're holding on to a slim 2-point margin, and they have to be better than they have been in the last sequence and last few sequences. Yes, they scored the last 2 points of this match. Pero remember, nahabol sila, Mosh, natabla ng PGJC at 14-all when UST was already up by 5 points earlier.
Definitely, itong PGJC Navy creating good plays kung kailan kailangan. You see Dolor right there, De La Vega, Rosete, Diwa, helping each other out para makahabol sila dito sa UST.
At yan nga ay napakagandang atake ni Diwa. We did mention he was silent in the entire first set, but midway through the second set, starting to contribute for PGJC. And the Navy right now in bad need of those contributions. Plays like that as well as Dolor humihingi ng out on the antenna daw yung palo, sabi ng UST, but then the first referee says nope, that one was good. Point for PGJC Navy. We're tied up at 16 again.
Kasi nakita natin, ginawa na lang ng paraan ni Dolor na mapalo niya, but still a good attack from Dolor.
Here we go now with Diwa. Look at that. What did we say about this guy? Starting to come to life.
Redido wasn't able to move to get that serve from Diwa.
Here's Diwa now. Navy taking the lead, but allowing UST to tie with that error.
Giving away a point to UST because of the error. Ito yung sinasabi natin, Jot, na ang ganda ng laro nila pero natitigil because of their errors.
And for UST din naman, Mosh, yung errors din yung nag-allow na makahabol ang PGJC. But the Navy reclaims the advantage with that quick set.
Dolor just placing that ball over. And ito sinasabi ko na difference nila. Itong PGJC Navy, you know, variations of attacks. Kapag nakita nila na hindi pa ready yung defense ng UST, talagang drop ball na lang yung ginagawa nila. Hindi nila pinipilit to always have that powerful attacks.
From the back row, Senyoron. Too long. It goes out. And now PGJC Navy threatening to take a 2-0 set lead here. Pero mahaba pa naman to, and UST can still make up for their for this 2-point deficit they're facing. Dolor with the serve. Straight to Redido.
Miscommunication on the part of UST.
Taneo goes to De La Vega. Nabuhay ng UST yung bola, but here's a chance ball. Navy going to Rosete. That one was a good block. Floor roofing Rosete in that sequence.
Definitely that ball went inside the court of PGJC Navy after that block.
It's Cruz with a good serve there. And that's gonna be a violation, lifting called on PGJC Navy.
Kasi nahirapan si Taneo kunin yung first ball because of the solid serve from Cruz. Nasa baba yung bola and ginawa na lang yun ng paraan to set it up.
Lawrence Cruz again with that serve. Taneo initiating Rosete.
Triple block for UST, but still Rosete getting that point out of that attack.
Taneo now will be the one to put the ball in play for PGJC Navy. The Sea Lions up by 1. UST. Senyoron gets denied.
De La Vega and Castel were up there to block that attack from Senyoron, and no coverage for the side of UST.
And with this 2-point lead that Navy is enjoying, Coach Oji Mamon again will call a timeout.
Diba? Oh. Huwag nyo masyado nang palayuin. Nahihirap umabol ng 2 puntos, 3 puntos pa kaya. Lamang tayo. Kaya ko. Advantage tayong atake. Kailangan lang may pasa. Ha? Kailangan lang yung pagkabalikan naman, hahanapin nyo agad yung quicker nyo, di ba? Mag-commit lang kayo.
Take a look at this play earlier from, it was De La Vega and Castel who sent back that attack from Senyoron, and that's not easy to do. And the numbers of Senyoron this conference will tell you that he has been the most successful attacker for UST, but not when facing Castel and De La Vega.
Definitely De La Vega and Castel knowing what to do when Senyoron is up there attacking them. Makita mo, talagang inangguluhan nila yung block nila to make sure na hindi lalabas yung bola ni Senyoron.
Very true. And UST in a tough situation right now, although they do get that point on a net violation. Combination! Yan ang paborito ni Rosete.
Definitely, gustong-gusto yan ni Rosete, yung tinatago siya sa atake and just popping out of nowhere.
Look at that once more.
Tatlo.
Dalawa nga. Yeah, tatlo nga sila. Dalawa yung naging decoy niya doon, and that's why it was wide open for him for the taking. That was a good set for Cruz, pero handang-handa yung depensa ng Navy. Chance ball for them. Taneo. Another combination! This time, De La Vega with a kill.
Perfect attack by De La Vega, and the net defense of UST talagang nalilate sila whenever PGJC Navy is doing combination plays.
You see both blockers of UST, they had to bend their bodies to the limit. When they found out na yung una palang tumalon was not the one who was gonna attack. Eto ngayon si De La Vega. No combination there. No point as well for Navy. Senyoron. It's gonna be a double touch.
Nahawakan na ni Rosete pero gumapang sa shoulders niya. That will be a double touch violation.
Buhay pa naman ang UST. They're only down by 2 but they need conversions here. Floor puts it in play. Rosete going to Taneo. The quick towards Diwa.
Quick attack by Diwa. And si Taneo, ginawa na lang din niya ng paraan yung set niya that it was not a perfect reception from that serve.
And now Navy gets to set point here in the second. UST is trying to stay alive. Senyoron.
And that one will go out for Senyoron, giving a point to PGJC Navy and ending this second set.
PGJC, what a strong showing here in the first 2 sets, but they cannot take things lightly. They cannot relax. Remember, UST against San Beda, they also lost their first 2 sets before getting back and taking that win. We'll see what happens in the next set. That's what we give you in just a bit. Set 2 summary. On your screens, you see the attacks. The advantage, obviously, going to the winners of that set, PGJC Navy.
Very obvious in what happened in the second set. Mas gumanda yung atake nitong PGJC Navy, having 15 and just 9 from UST. Now, on the latter part of the second set, yung combination plays itong PGJC Navy, hindi na talaga nabasa ng UST. And UST also failed to do good on their floor defense.
Absolutely, and there were a lot of good stretches, nice runs from Lawrence Señoron and the Golden Spikers. But it's about sustaining that energy. Yun yung nawawala sa kanila. Whenever they go on, let's say, 3 straight points, the moment na nag-error sila, biglang magtutuloy-tuloy naman yung momentum sa side ng Navy. So that's what they do not want. That's what they want to avoid, rather. Dito sa ating third set, for Navy naman, they're hoping to close things out now.
For UST kasi kapag nakukuha nila yung momentum, as you mentioned earlier, bigla silang nawawala sa focus din. Kapag tumutuloy-tuloy yung score ng PGJC Navy, hinahayaan nila. Hindi sila nakakapag-reset and nagtutuloy-tuloy naman itong Philippine Navy. Now for UST, we know they are capable of, you know, bumawi dito sa game because just like what happened in their game versus San Beda, talo sila ng first 2 sets. And on the third set, bumawi na sila. And fourth and fifth set, they dominated that. Let us see kung kaya ulit nilang gawin yun.
We'll see what happens here. A service error. Unfortunate there for UST. They're still up though, 2-1. Here's Señoron. Gets it off the block. UST with another point there.
Hindi na nahabol ni Taneo yung bola. Hindi na rin siya nag-effort. Tinignan na lang niya.
Siyempre, if you're Coach Bernard Manarpac, gusto mo habulin, you know, you make that effort every single time. Tulad ng effort na rin ni Casillan, but he just could not get to that ball in time.
A few adjustments for UST that needs to be done here in the third set. Just like their net defense because of the attackers of PGJC Navy. No, kailangan, alam natin na meron silang skills to do that and kailangan lang talaga nilang gawin. But Redido, too wide on that attack, seeing triple block from PGJC Navy.
He tried to adjust, kaya lang tulis yung kanyang palo. And then it went straight out. We're tied again, 3-all. Navy with a chance to take the lead. Rosete serving out, and it's a point for UST.
Just too much power on that serve from Rosete. This is going to be a crucial set for UST and of course for PGJC Navy for them to end this game. Pero sa UST, kaya pang humabol, pwede pa.
Now for UST though, the one thing na kailangan nilang maayos yung mga errors talaga because tulad nga ng sabi natin, when they are able to get sets, pag nakakapag-set up sila ng play, they find ways to get points. And even Navy, they commit their share of errors. So for UST, kung naghahabol, there's a more pressing concern for you to take better care of your opportunities. And look at Redido with the stare down.
Redido disregarding the triple block from PGJC Navy. And for UST, we can see kasi na kapag nagkaka-error sila, it's really a momentum stopper for them. Unlike the other teams na kapag nagka-error, let go and move forward. Pero sa UST, talagang tumatagal sa isip nila yung error.
Diwa. Señoron with a dive to save that ball. And beautiful discarte there for Redido.
Just on the line, a power tip. Ang lakas din ng press ni Redido.
Yeah, absolutely. Nahanapan niya talaga ng paraan to get that ball through. Here's Senyoron serving. Senyoron, as you mentioned, always loaded up when it comes to serves. Not working the way he wanted it to that time.
Service errors piling up for UST.
Navy looking to capitalize.
There was a net touch violation by Floor, giving a point to PGJC Navy.
And now, lots of things going the way of the Navy. Kitang-kita doon si Casillan.
Casillan, rather, who touched the net.
Casillan going quickly to Floor. Now that's more like an attack that Coach Oji Mamon wants to see.
We've been missing those kinds of attack from Floor dahil kung nagagawa nila yung quick attacks and combination plays as well, mas maganda yung takbo nitong UST.
However, ayan na naman, Mosh, yung mga errors, whether it's an attack error, a service error, yung mga ganyang sayang pagkakataon has really hurt the chances of this UST team. In Navy, of course, they will gladly take all those free points. Dolor. Greg Dolor, di na nga natin gaano nararamdaman dito, but he'll be ready for any ball that goes his way. Castel! Great play. The connection between him and Taneo working wonders for PGJC Navy. They lead us to our first technical timeout of set 3. They are up 8-7.
Sa poste, sa antena, tatalikod ka sa net. Pasa pa rin ang problema ko, hindi kayo nakaharap sa center, dali hindi ka sa center. Bakit hindi mo napatay yung bang-bang na yun? Sahod? Paano palo nun? Di ba dapat ibinalik mo sa zone 6. Sige na. O, ganito na lang. Shoot run sa ace. May sa ace, ha? Go.
Ito yung kanina pa rin nating pinag-uusapan. We were talking about the tournament system and how it's so quick in the preliminary round. And, of course, it's a tricky situation for all these teams and need to get as many wins as they can.
Because we divided the 24 teams into 4 pools. Now per pool, we have 6 teams. So per team, 5 games lang yung lalaruin nila dito sa preliminary round. And the top 2 teams will advance to the quarterfinals. But the top-seeded team will have a twice-to-beat advantage. Now for our semifinals and final round, best of 3 series tayo.
That is why you see PGJC Navy playing with some urgency because they need some catching up to do. They are 1-0 right now, but other teams, including UST in their pool, have gotten 2 wins already. And the schedule doesn't get easier for either of these 2 teams.
And we said it before, Jot, na if you want to stay in this league or in this conference, you need at least 3 wins. Pero medyo delikado ka pa doon. The safest is to get 4 wins.
Ang maganda naman sa PGJC Navy, they still have a lot of games in their schedule. For UST, this is their second to the last match of the preliminary round, if ever they get to advance, which obviously they want to do here in the Spikers turf. Casillan trying to go to Medina. The team captain could not get it, pero may double contact on Rosete. He knew it the moment he touched that volleyball.
Nawala na rin siya ng balance and pinilit niya yung set niya going to De La Vega.
Floor. Left set up. Dolor off the block was the ruling of the referee. A point for UST.
According to our first referee, that attack was not over.
And Dolor as the team captain of the Navy, walking up to our first referee asking why it was ruled that way. 10-9 is the score. Floor sensed that too long.
Again, the errors of UST really piling up in this set. That is really important. Ito yung kailangan nilang set. They should control their errors and they should focus in this set.
You know, even against San Beda, Mosh, swerte na lang sila na nag-42 errors yung San Beda. But actually, they weren't that good as well because may 34 errors din sila in that match. And De La Vega going down the line for that hit.
You know, it is very easy for Taneo to just set up his attackers. Nandyan si Castel, Rosete, De La Vega, Dolor. Kahit kanina mo itaas yung bola, you'd know that they will perform.
Absolutely. And Relan Taneo has also been a revelation for his squad.
A free ball.
Rosete. Nabuhay pa ng UST. They find a way. Castel trying to go quickly. Medina gets sent back, but that is straight out.
De La
UST,
Vega
yeah.
and Castel were ready for that block, but UST attentive in that sequence.
They just did not quit in that play, Mosh.
And yun yung hinahanap natin sa UST. Kasi kanina kapag nagkakaroon ng rallies, bumibitaw sila sa dulo. But on that one, UST won that point.
UST knocking on the door of Navy. Redido. Senyoron. He could not get through Castel and De La Vega.
Kasi nasa likod pa si Senyoron and his timing was not perfect on that one. Parang ginawa na lang niya ng paraan but it was too low for him.
So it's Castel now serving. Casilian. Siya na ngayon ang pinuntahang server. Setter rather. Etong UST. And this time is the turn of De La Vega. A dose of his own medicine. Kanina pa niya nabablock yung mga atake ng UST. And this time, the Golden Spiker says, balik sa'yo.
It was a missed timing for De La Vega kasi tinignan pa niya yung lipad ng bola.
Medina, the team captain of UST, serving. De La Vega, this time umibabaw doon sa mga blockers but still couldn't get the point. Senyoron.
Cross court.
Yeah, he goes cross court and it's in, Mosh.
Definitely in, and nahawakan pa ng blockers actually ng PGJC Navy yung bola ni Senyoron. But still, a good attack from Senyoron.
Here's Medina now. USC trying to even up the count, but another error will hurt their intention to do so.
Really, a lot of service errors from UST. Ang dami na nilang nabigay na points sa PGJC Navy because of their service errors.
Marvin Jairami checking in for PGJC Navy, replacing Carl Rosete. And it's been net defense on both ends. That has taken the limelight here in the third set. Parehong nag-step up, Mosh, the net defenses of UST and Navy.
But it is more obvious for PGJC Navy because right now it's Diwa and De La Vega together with Dolor in front. So yun yung kailangan gawin ng UST, na kapag solid yung blockers mo dito, lakasan mo yung palo para lumabas yung bola, get a point out of off the block, or ipahawak mo sa kanila yung bola and wipe it out.
The UST staying alive here, just finding ways to get points up on the board. And right now, if you're holding on for dear life, it just doesn't matter anymore if it's pretty or not that nice how you collected a point. What matters is you get as all the points that you can get, but they give up a free one for PGJC Navy, and that's why the Sea Lions get to 16. They are up by 3 points here in the second technical timeout.
nasa referee yung bola mo, yung setter natin, takbo ng takbo doon. Balik ka rin mo yung stance mo. Dito ang setter sa 2. Hindi, ayan, dapat ka. Doon ka nakaharap. Baliktad eh. Aldous, malayo ang bola sa net. Ba't mo biniquick? Ang instruction sa inyo, pag nag-jump set kayo sa ibabaw ng net, ng agaw, tsaka mo ibigay sa quick. Mababang porsyento yung mapalo mo.
So, kaya natin yan. Kaya yan. Kaya yan.
UST!
Here we go with the latter part of our third set. This one between UST and PGJC Navy. 3-point lead for Joven de la Vega and the rest of the Sea Lions. And now they will try to put more pressure on UST here. Jot Sulit and Mosh Cruz calling this game for you guys. Thank you for joining us on One Sports. This is the Spikers Turf Open Conference. Lorenz Señoron could not get that through. Redido also roofed. Another try for Señoron, and he made that adjustment. Actually, naging off yung kanyang hit, but then he was lucky that there was a net touch committed by Dolor.
In that last sequence, dalawang solid block for PGJC Navy, but on the third one, Dolor touched the net dahil gusto niya talaga ma-block itong si Señoron.
Look at Dolor!
Just flying to attack UST. Greg Dolor, perfect attack from him.
One more look at that beautiful play there. Greg Dolor got the proper height on that approach. And you know what's going to happen when Greg Dolor goes high like that.
Because it was a combination play again from PGJC Navy. Kaya hindi kompleto yung blockers ng UST kasi yung isa tumalon na for Castel. And again, a solid block by Castel. The net defense of PGJC Navy is really strong as a wall here in this third set.
Absolutely, Mosh. And they are not getting as clean and as effective, as strong hits, attacks as they were getting in the first two sets. Pero you're right, it's been their net defense that has lifted them to another level here in the third set.
And it is really making it hard for UST na makabawi because of their blockings, yung coverage ng UST, nagsascramble, and hindi rin sila nakakapag-set up ng attack. But on that one, a misset from from Taneo rather, and hindi na na-timingan ni Castel ng maayos. It was too low.
Yeah, that was what we were talking about, that the offense may not be as clean as it was earlier in this match, but defense has certainly stepped up. Dolor.
Wow!
Wow!
Galing sa gilid yung bola ni Kaningking, and Dolor hindi nagdalawang isip to approach and attack UST. And that deserves another look. Two blockers.
Most attackers, they will just play it safe. Na maybe
Ibabalik
over na lang or
lang.
i-drop na lang. But Dolor says,
Not Dolor, not Dolor.
I have no
definitely.
other option than to hit this hard. And hit it hard is exactly what UST did, but not the good kind as Medina goes too wide. Ganda rin ng reflex skills ni Coach Bernard, ha? Naiwasan niya bola.
Naiwasan yung bola.
Nagigigil ka, gusto mo 2 points. Bakit pa punta doon yung bola? Ba't hindi pa punta sa down the line? Hindi kayo nakikita ng late ka lagi. O kaya una ka masyado. Dapat may connection kayo. Pabagsak ang bola sa kanya, dapat nasa range ka ng vision niya. Hindi eh. Pabagsak ang bola sa kanya, wala ka na. Naka-running ka na, naka-big-quick ka na. Hey, you see?
PGJC Navy 5 points away from taking their second win in the Open Conference. But of course, UST ready to do everything they can just to avoid falling short and suffering their second loss. Again, this has extreme importance in Pool D because both these teams have winning records. Currently, second in their pool is UST. PGJC Navy not far behind in third place. Pero yung records naman nila, very, very young. 2-1 for UST and 1-0 for PGJC Navy. Well, we have emphasized how quick the preliminaries are. Navy getting another one from the lore.
From the back, and we can see Dolor is not yet in his 100% right now because umuubo-ubo ngayon si Dolor. It's very obvious na meron siyang nararamdaman, but in his performance, showing the other way.
Taneo going to De La Vega. And wow, De La Vega. That's a lot of experience. At he knows that he got away with a smart move there. A big smile on the face of Joven.
Just after touching that ball, alam niya na mapupunta yung score sa kanya kasi pinahawak niya talaga sa blockers ng UST yung bola. And that is the difference between a young team and a veteran team. Now, a score will go to UST. That was a net touch violation by Castel. He was too forwarded in that play.
UST has a lot of ground to cover here as they are down by 5. More importantly, though, 3 points away from taking the match is PGJC Navy.
And if PGJC Navy gets this third set and this match, it is a big win for them. Dahil kapag 3 sets lang yung game mo dyan, mas marami yung points na mabibigay sa'yo in this format.
UST with a serve. De La Vega lifts it up. Balik sa kanya. Oh, goes cross-court. He found that perfect angle, Mosh, to avoid the triple block and still get it in.
Everything just going in the way of PGJC Navy, you know, from the floor defense, setup, and atake. And most importantly, their net defense. Hindi na nakakabalik yung bola ng UST.
2 points away from taking the match is Navy.
Pagigi saving that one, but miscalculating his attack. It was too soft.
Yeah, he knew what he wanted to do and execute, but perhaps just not enough power on that tip. Five-point lead for Navy. UST trying to hum. Jairami bringing the Sea Lions to match point.
Unfortunate for UST na hindi na sila nakakasagot. Every time na pumapalo itong PGJC Navy, it feels like they are just frozen and hindi nila nasasalo yung bola.
Senyoron! Even Senyoron cannot provide. And that's going to be the block that ends this match. A straight set win for PGJC Navy, and it was truly a show of mastery here in the Spikers Turf Open Conference.
What really made this happen for PGJC is really their net defense. Once they activated that, parang lahat na lang ng bagay pumunta sa way ng PGJC Navy. From the floor defense, you know, set up and then atake. And especially from Dolor, De La Vega, and Rosete, and all the other players contributing in this game.
And don't go anywhere. Stay tuned on One Sports. We'll wrap this baby up when we return. PGJC Navy taking a big one here over UST as they win this in straight sets. Ang ating best player is Greg Dolor with 7 attacks, 2 blocks, and 1 ace. Greg, congratulations sa panalo nyo. Going up against UST, lumalaban talaga sila sa mga start ng sets. Ang dami lang magagandang run. Pero lagi kayong nakakahanap ng paraan para mas shift ulit yung momentum papunta sa side nyo. Ano yung mga ginagawa nyo para magawa yun?
Lagi kasi nire-remind ng head coach namin na kunin lagi namin sa depensa. Kasi mahuli na lang yung opensa namin. Kasi madali lang naman yung opensa. Parang inuna namin talaga yung blockings. Pagdating sa mag-service, tatargetin lang kung sino yung mas mahina ng receive.
2 straight sets agad yung napanalo nyo against 2 collegiate teams. May nakikita ka bang advantage ng mga club teams katulad nyo na Navy over these younger na mga collegiate teams?
Yung advantage na siguro ng mga commercial team, sa mga veterans, ganun. Sa labanan na dikdikan, mas aggressive sila compare sa mga collegiate. Yun.
So yun yung umangat na advantage nyo. Well, congratulations dun sa panalo nyo, Greg. Ito na pagkakataon mo bumate at mag-imbita ng lahat ng sumusuporta.
Nabati nga pala yung misis ko na dyan nanonood lagi. Tapos yung mga kababayan po namin sa Pangasinan, yung mga batchmate ko po nandyan, yung mga sa Navy community po na lagi sumusuporta sa amin. Yun lang po. Tapos maraming salamat po.
Congratulations and thank you, Greg. And let's now take a look at the highlights in this win taken by the Navy.
Congratulations to PGJC Navy Sea Lions, especially to our best player of the game, Greg Dolor. Now in the first set, UST struggling in the floor defense, but their net defense was actually good. This is for UST. Now for Philippine Navy, they had a lot of service errors. Their solid net defense was also obvious in that set. They had 3 blocks compared to just 2 from UST. Now in the second set, the Philippine Navy adjusted very well on their attacks, helping out Dolores de la Vega Rosete, and solid combination plays as well was shown that in that second set from Philippine Navy.
That's very true, Mosh. And you take a look at the numbers from that second set. Truly, the attacking prowess of Navy was displayed there. And yun talagang advantage din nila, you know, the veteran experience of the Sea Lions was in full display, especially whenever UST was committing errors. Alam ng Navy that's their opportunity to go on runs and really maximize their opportunities.
Definitely. And in the third set, very obvious kung ano yung nag-adjust dito for PGJC Navy. It was all the net defense. Yun yung pumatay sa UST kasi hindi na nakakalusot yung mga palo ng UST because of the solid guards from PGJC Navy. Even look at the numbers, 7 blocks from PGJC Navy and just 4 from UST. Also, yung attacks nila mas marami because nga, mas nakakakuha sila ng first ball and mas nakaka-defend sila ng maayos.
Absolutely. And, you know, the PGJC Navy showed a lot of toughness and that's why they have tied it up with Santa Elena in the second seed of the Group D. Actually, tied for first sila. Yung UST, now they will need to win that last game against Santa Elena in order to have a chance. And they will also have to wait for the results of other games, hoping that it favors them dahil nga yung top 2 lang, Mosh, ang mag-advance into the next round. And that will do it for our match here in Group D. Coming up next, we have another one. Ibang group naman to, but it's going to be the Signal HD Spikers going up against the EAC Generals. Mosh Cruz and I, Jutsuit, will be back to bring you that game. But for now, we thank you for watching the Spikers Turf 2019 Open Conference here on One Sports.